There's a fraud in the building and he got a little bro.
You really about to do it?
40 years in a dragon, this is bigger than YouTube.
You really about to do it?
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't hide the fraudulence.
They get on it like that.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was not expecting to spin the block again on Supreme Kai, but after watching Dragon Ball Daima, they left me no choice. If you haven't watched my Supreme Kai video, I highly recommend it. Not just because I want you to watch it, but it gives a little backstory to this one. Now, we all know how much of a fraud Supreme Kai is. Man went on a Hall of Fame run in the Buu Saga. Run was so legendary that he became a first ballot Hall of Fame fraud. But Dragon Ball Daima said the job's not done and decided to add more evidence of fraudulence. Now, this bozo here just couldn't catch a break. I remember when Dragon Ball Daima was first announced and the synopsis was just Goku and Supreme Kai getting turned into kids, and I was looking at my phone like, nigga, nobody wants to watch Goku spend X number of episodes carrying a fraud. Thankfully, that didn't happen because I would have cooked him even more if that was the actual story. Supreme Kai already starts off with an L because he allowed Juggalo, aka Goma, to just pull up on Earth and snatch up the Dragon Balls and turn y'all into kids. Then he had the nerve to say, after the deed is done, that he detected a strange presence at Kami's lookout. Like, nigga, aren't you supposed to be the guardian of this sector? Your brother literally said that you can't keep your nose out of people's business, but this is the one time where you don't want to?
Okay.
Oh wait, I know why. This nigga was too busy drinking champagne and celebrating like he was the one that defeated Kid Buu.
Who the fuck is this nigga?
Like, my nigga, you're the equivalent of Kendrick Perkins during the Cavs 2018 run. Just put the senzu beans in the bag, bro. They arrive to Kami's lookout and Mr. Popo tells them that some guys from the Demon Realm pulled up and took Dende. As soon as he said Demon Realm, this man Supreme Kai started shaking. That Deborah PTSD started kicking in and he was about to pass out. Man, I'm starting to think that the Supreme Kai had a bad experience growing up in the Demon Realm because he gets scared every time it's mentioned. So Dragon Ball Daima decides to expand upon the lore of the Demon Realm and reveal that the Supreme Kai has a little brother.
What?
Yes, you heard correctly. Somebody actually calls Supreme Kai Big Bro. And it's not because of glazing. If you thought Supreme Kai was bad, imagine him having a brother. But we'll get to him later. Supreme Kai tells Goku that Goma is really like that and shouldn't be underestimated. I'll give him credit for that, but not too much because Goma's trash without that third eye. Hell, I bet Supreme Kai could drop him. Alright, you got me there. I wouldn't go that far. But hey, if that nigga was scared of Babidi and Deborah, then it wouldn't surprise me if he's scared of Goma. Surprisingly, Supreme Kai kept a low radar on the fraud alert for a couple episodes. That is, until Goku uttered one of the most disgusting things I have ever heard. Ponzi asks Supreme Kai, why does Goku call you that? Goku tells her that Kais are like gods, and that Supreme Kai is the greatest Kai of all time.
No, this nigga didn't!
Why, Goku, why? Why would you say such a statement like that?
Get him.
You called the man who doesn't know how to do his job right, the GOAT. You called the man who had Piccolo sweating like Eminem in 8 Mile, the GOAT. You called the man that let your best friend and the stepfather of your child get turned into stone because the Bora was oral farming, the GOAT. Like, look at this man's reaction after Goku said that. Bro was sweating like, why this nigga gassing me up like that? I bet Whis heard Goku say that and started laughing so loud that he woke up Beerus. This nigga not even better than Kai Cenat. You expect me to believe that he's the greatest Kai of all time? But enough about that, bruh. Fast forward, Supreme Kai tells the story of how he got selected to be a fraud. Apparently, one of the Demon Kings told the Super Majin Raimus of the Demon Realm to create the universe, which resulted in multiple universes being created. And that means Dragon Ball Super is canon as well. Raimus selected multiple Glinds. That's what Supreme Kai's race is, just in case you didn't know. Raimus selected multiple Glinds to become the Supreme Kais of those said universes, and the rest is history. Now, right off the jump, You can see that Raimus made terrible decisions. He picked two of the worst Supreme Kais in history, being Gowasu and Shin. And then it's revealed that the baddie doctor Orensu is Supreme Kai's brother as well. Well, at least she broke the generational curse of being a fraud. Can't say the same for her brothers. They finally make it to Goma's castle to rescue Dende, and that's where they encounter Degesu. And Supreme Kai tries to talk no jutsu, and I'm sitting here like, nigga, you can't fight. What makes you think you can talk? Supreme Kai tries to get him to join Team Fraud, but Degesu was like, big bro, I seen the footage. You spent your whole life doing nothing. Our race is supposed to aim at the top, and yet you're trash. Degesu cooked him so bad that even Goku had to ask what the hell does he do. And of course, he says he oversees peace and order to the universe.
Is this nigga serious?
Nigga, the only piece you oversee is someone breaking me a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Lie was so big that the animation team didn't even bother showing Goku's reaction to it. But that's enough for Big Bro. It's time to cook Lil Bro. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I thought maybe he wasn't gonna be a fraud like his big bro. I mean, look at him. He got better drip. He hates Supreme Kai just like I do. Not to mention, he laid his pimp hand on Dende and made Mr. Popo turn into a housewife, offering him something to drink. I mean, bro had it together. But something in the back of my mind was telling me don't fall for the same trap again. And I'm glad I didn't, because this man got exposed later on in the series. Now I'm gonna be honest. I thought when Goma told him to get the third eye from old boy, I thought this nigga had hit the sexy jutsu in order to obtain it. But the gods were on his side, because I was gonna cook him up something extra special. So in episode 16, Degesu gets his time to shine. Bro had a whole episode named after him. Now starting off, he already doing better than Supreme Kai. I mean, when has Supreme Kai ever had an episode named after him? Once he realizes everything's going to shit, he kidnaps Dende and tries to escape. But Goku and friends stop that from happening. Bro pulled out the blicky with no hesitation. Was starting to think we needed to change his name to Degesu Wick. So Degesu gets caught lacking, and this man Piccolo hits him with a karate chop. I know Piccolo's face was dead serious in that moment, but I know deep down inside that boy was happy as hell. Piccolo was like, I've been wanting to beat the brakes off this nigga Supreme Kai so bad ever since he embarrassed me in front of the hoes. And since Supreme Kai had me looking like a bitch in the Boo Saga, I gotta take it out on you. After getting knocked out, he gets thrown in jail with Goma to serve a 100-year sentence, serving him tea and doing his laundry. Man, whoever their father is must be looking up in disbelief, because he raised two bozo sons, leaving the daughter to carry all the weight. I know on one side you could look at it as, you know, one's a god, the other's a slave, and the other is an intellectual baddie. But that doesn't change the fact that these two niggas stink. Could you imagine Supreme Kai having an offspring? Like, just the thought alone should send shivers down your spine. And with that being said, make sure to leave a like and comment if you enjoyed the video. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.